Breathing is our foundation for being alive and doing basically everything. But if we want to really feel well and move well, we really need to work on our breathing because of the lives that we live nowadays. It's just not conducive to the way that humans were meant to live. And a lot of times when I work on breathing with patients and clients, they really are struggling to get a nice diaphragmatic breath, which is a low breath without chest excursion, because most of us breathe in what we call a sympathetic or fight or flight mode breathing pattern, which is our shoulders come up to our ears, our chest comes up like this. Now I am exaggerating, but essentially most of us breathe like this. That is only supposed to be triggered when we are actually having a sympathetic response, when we're exercising, when somebody's chasing us. And unfortunately nowadays when we are just stressed because our body doesn't know whether or not we're being chased by a bear or just going through something that's really stressful, like somebody cuts you off in driving or your boss calls you and pisses you off. So because we live in more of that type of breathing pattern, we really need to work on our parasympathetic breathing, which is diaphragmatic breathing, which is a low breath down into your pelvic floor or your sit bones, where you're breathing in through your nose and your chest is not excursion. There is no chest excursion, and our breath is not moving our shoulders and our chest. It is breathing our stomach. If you are somebody who's like, I've done the chest and the hand thing, it's hard, then let me show you 2 ways that I usually work on with patients to get them to feel their breath nice and low. The first one is called alligator breathing. You're gonna go on your stomach just to be able to feel your belly push against the ground as you inhale. Now I'm gonna talk you through this and then I will demo so that the mic doesn't get in the way, but you are essentially going to think about breathing in through your nose, following that breath down, pulling that diaphragm down, feeling your breath push into the mat. Your low back is gonna come off towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you just relax, let it escape. Your belly falls away from the ground, your back falls away from the ceiling, and your breath exhales. So you're going to come into this position. Your forearms are going to go over here or your hands on your head. You're gonna inhale in and exhale out. One more time, inhale in, feel the breath go into your low back or into your belly, and exhale out. We are looking to avoid up here. That's not what we want. We don't want any of that. We don't want any back movement. We want upper back movement. We want all of this lifting as we inhale and falling down as we exhale. Good. Now that is the first step. If you get the hang of that, but you're still not really able to go into your on your back to breathe, then the second step is going to be laying on your back with your legs elevated. It kind of helps to put you in a better position for your diaphragm to be able to pull low. So there's 2 ways you can do this. One is get your feet up against a bed or a chair. I'm gonna show you up against the wall today. So you're gonna come here. You want your hips and your knees, so hips 90 degrees, knee 90 degrees. Feet are just resting, maybe slightly pressing in so you can tuck your pelvis a little bit. You can play around with that. If you tuck your pelvis a lot, you will kind of go into lumbar flexion. If you don't push your heels into the ground to lift your pelvis, you'll be in more anterior pelvic tilt. Most people need to find a little more of a posterior pelvic tilt, digging into the wall to feel a better breath low. It's going to be individual though, so you might have to play around with it. Put your hands just inside of your hip bones and then feel yourself relax first. Now go ahead and try to inhale and send your breath into the wall. And exhale. Again, we are looking no chest. We are looking for your breath coming into your fingers or going even deeper into your pelvic floor. Go ahead and try it again. And exhale. You should feel pressure in your fingers and you should not feel any chest movement. And this position is a way to progress the alligator breathing. And if you aren't very good at it, it's just going to take practice, but those are a couple positions where you can start practicing so that you can start getting better at it and stop using your neck to do the 20 to 30,000 repetitions of breathing that we do every single day.